Hey patrons, welcome into our astrology reading for Libra Scorpio energy. I hope that this message finds you in divine alignment, and I thank you so much for tuning in and being here. Let's go ahead and get into these cosmic influences for Libra Scorpio. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, my ascended ancestors and all holy angels. What needs to be known and shown here for Libra Scorpio cusp energies and placements for March? What are their cosmic influences? Mercury, about to go retrograde. Ooh, Taurus in reverse. Trust, patience, and sensuality. So Mercury's energy could be really challenging your trust, your patience, and your ability to sense or trust your senses, really. Trust your senses. Okay. Oh, now that's never happened. Card just randomly flipping out trying. But not to worry. No fear. Angelic support is here. And you've got water at the bottom, okay? No need to fear, Libra Scorpio. Angelic support is here. So whatever's going on with Mercury is helping you find the perfect flow of trust. Trust in kind of like what you're thinking, trust in what you're learning, trust in how you're connecting and communicating, being patient with those processes as well, and trusting your senses throughout. So some of you maybe want to make new friendships, make new connections, make new partnerships, but it's from a new space. It's from a new level or frequency of being for you. Yeah, it's kind of like getting back out there if you've been single for a while. Like, you've grown, hopefully, right, in your solitude or your alone time or whatever, in your singlehood. And now you have a better idea or a different idea of what you want and desire out of partnership and relationships, whether platonic or romantic. And so now you're like out there trying to figure it out, which requires a lot of trust and patience, and for you to remain connected to your sensuality so that you don't ignore anything that is naturally appealing to you, or what's the other word I'm looking for? Appealing, or things that you like naturally kind of resist or kind of repelling. Yeah. Appealing or repelling to you. So likes and dislikes. Somebody might also be learning like the benefit of trusting even when their instinct is to not. It's kind of like this energy of, I'm so glad I did that. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I'm so glad I said yes to that. I'm so glad that I branched off and did something different, or tried a new approach, or connected in a new way. Because I feel like somebody or something's opening up here, like blooming, if you will. No pun intended, but I'm seeing like a lotus flower blooming. Like the large petals kind of like flopping open like that. That's maybe what someone's experiencing. You could be experiencing that, or someone connected to you. You've got the butterfly there, so that same kind of unfolding. Taurus with the rose. Maybe this is also a situation where you might be finally able to trust your emotions with someone. Or you might be seeing or thinking of someone in a new way. Maybe this is hindsight, seeing in hindsight how something was a blessing in disguise. Maybe that could also be a timeline for somebody here, recognizing a blessing in disguise. Taurus energy. The Emperor. Okay. The Emperor. First card out. That's pretty strong stuff there, Libra, Scorpio. Ooh, it's the moon. But the Empress in reverse. Dang, though. The Emperor and the Empress, though. This could be somebody who's awakening a new side of them. This could be you, Libra, Scorpio. Maybe you're very used to being the Emperor, and being the Empress is a little bit new to you. Although that Taurus energy, quite Venetian. So there could be some sort of earthy, doesn't necessarily have to directly be Taurus, but because specifically the energy is here, we're going to go with it, okay? But this could be a masculine energy that's coming in towards a feminine energy. That is the Empress, but in reverse. Almost like this could be a connection or a trine, a relationship, a support, a crossing of paths. I feel like I'm not hitting what I'm feeling. It's... Let's just call it a union of sorts. Yeah, because union keeps coming out. So we're just going to roll with that. A union that is meant to help get this Empress upright. King of Cups. This masculine energy is here to help this feminine energy trust. And or if this masculine and feminine is representative of your dynamic internally, then the feminine energy is not in the position to trust the actions of the masculine. So if there is something you want to take action towards, there is a part of you that feels insecure about that action, or there's a part of you that feels unworthy or undeserving of taking that action, or not fully receptive to the fact that you even want to take that action. So again, always apply as it fits and resonate. Let me do a cricket check. Oh, period. We got it. And 10 of Pentacles. Right. Clarify the Emperor and the Empress in reverse. The World. Whoa. Whoa. Whoever this Emperor, Empress in reverse, because for some of y'all, this is a singular person who maybe is more... High Priestess just slipped out the deck. So that's confirmation. This is a singular person. So someone who's in Emperor, upright, Empress in reverse energy. Going through a world cycle. Something with Saturn. Being disciplined or going through cycles where they have to learn how to trust, activate their patience and their sensuality. The Six of Wands. And in maybe doing so, they've activated their High Priestess. They're now in line with their truth. They've conquered something. It's almost like if this masculine came along to like, oh, you know what I'm seeing? Oh my gosh. I'm seeing like a turtle on its back. And it's like flopping its arms. That would be this Empress in reverse, like a turtle on its back. Like, oh my God, I'm freaking out, freaking out, freaking out, freaking out, right? And then this Emperor energy, maybe another turtle, or someone, a human coming along, seeing it and flipping the turtle upright. And so then when the turtle gets flipped upright, this Empress gets upright. They're the High Priestess. So there's been some sort of successful rebalance of masculine and feminine energy here, whether again internally for you, Libra, Scorpio, or in a dynamic that you're a part of. Chariot, look at all these major arcana coming out. I know that's right. The Chariot with the Five of Swords. I'm gonna say it like this. This is kind of giving like knight in shining armor energy, like someone coming in to save the day. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. It could have been these thoughts that had this Empress in reverse. Someone's mind getting the better of them. Again, Mercury energy. About to go retrograde. Everybody will have to be very mindful. Very, extremely mindful. But you know what else though? I feel like this Mercury retrograde in tandem with Venus being in retrograde, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty close, either like in Pisces Aries energy, while we're going through an eclipse season, is gonna definitely illuminate the truth in a lot of different ways. But it's also going to bring about this opportunity for many, many people, many people, to shift the way that they think, learn, network, and communicate from a more truthful space. So like masks are coming off, and I feel like I channeled that for Aquarius season. So that energy could still be continuing. But the Page of Pentacles, right, it's like investing in new ways of thinking is what gets this Chariot going. What's in between Mercury and this trine? Whoa. A lot. Almost half the deck just flipped out. The Hanged Man. There's that Pisces Aries energy. Right. So this is actually maybe going to be a very beneficial time for you, Libra, Scorpio. This is going to be a moment of enlightenment for sure. A month of enlightenment for sure. Six of Pentacles in reverse. So here's what I'll say. Yeah, this Emperor and Empress in reverse is definitely a singular person, and it could be you, it could be someone connected to you. But this is someone who is struggling to either give or receive. And with the Empress being in reverse, I would say receive, because the Emperor is really the giver. Action, offering, right? I don't know what that was, but I guess like offering. And the Empress is the one that kind of receives, nurtures, holds. So whichever aspect of that Empress energy that's relevant to you and your dynamic, that's what was kind of in reverse here, or struggling, not equally balanced. And now that's going to become very, very clear here for you. And now you got the Six of Cups, and you get to regain that balance. That's actually very beautiful. A Six of Cups coming in. Emotional balance, heart chakra balance, sacral chakra balance as well. It's scorpionic energy, so that's you. Something about the way that you've been thinking, Libra, Scorpio, has had you in this Six of Pentacles reverse energy, and that's what you have to detach from. It was like it's either creating an emotion in you that's blocking your flow, or it keeps you stuck or trapped in an emotion that's blocking your flow. Either way, it's something that the divine is going to try to eclipse out of your energy during this eclipse season. So that's that angelic support. Thank you. And the Two of Cups get you right back in alignment. Yes. Between the Sun and the Moon, the Emperor and the Empress. So definitely that confirms that that Emperor Empress energy is is within you. And it's ready. It feels like the Empress is ready to give birth to herself here. Ready to receive. Page of Pentacles. and now better understands their role in that Six of Pentacles type of balance, which is Taurus energy. It's like someone now understands how they were either closed off or blocked off, which could have kept someone from giving, and or someone did give but it wasn't received, so something wasn't complete here between two energies. Or again, like I said, boil it down to just taking action, not trusting the actions you want to take. King of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, taking action. And then the second World card. Both of these have been coming out. So this is not only an external shift. And you got the Lovers right after. Libra, Scorpio. Man. It's not just an external shift. It's an internal one as well. And you've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Magician. And the Page of Wands. It took some time to shift this way of thinking, learning, networking, and communicating. Whether that was between your masculine and feminine internally, right? Or again, this might be a reflection externally and internally. You could be in some sort of divine counterpart type of situation, and or there is a love relationship or partnership that's meant to mirror. Yeah, it mirrors you in all the good ways and also all the shadowy ways. And so your acceptance of both is the key. So it tells me that you were more maybe accepting of the more masculine attributes of this dynamic than the feminine ones. Trusting actions more than feeling or intuition. Nine of Pentacles. But reclaiming that though. Congratulations on that, Libra, Scorpio. Ace of Wands. Ooh. Four of Pentacles in reverse. So you've unblocked that heart chakra. Seven of Swords in reverse. No longer confused, at least mentally. But we do have the Seven of Cups here. But it's on trine, so it's almost like options coming in. Yeah, the Four of Swords. Now you can kind of make peace with the choices you have in front of you. Maybe for the longest here, Libra, Scorpio, the way you thought about the world, the way you thought about yourself in the world, or your role in the world, or people's role in general, right? Maybe even just the role of relationships, because something is very relationshipy here. Maybe the way that you viewed the role of relationships in your life had your heart chakra actually closed off to what it is that's actually in alignment with you, or what it is you really, really want. So that had to kind of change and shift here, or that will be changing and shifting. Yeah, with the Ace of Wands, new spiritual energy coming through. Some of you were running away from what you were feeling, possibly. Creating kind of like a hard exterior for protection. So again, more in your Emperor energy than your Empress energy, or a balance of both. And it feels like you've now, with the Hangman, like you've allowed some of those swords to kind of fall out of your consciousness. So those thoughts, those ideas. You've also maybe detoxed some of the things that you value. Shift your value system a little bit with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, because now you're in this enlightenment stage, where you've maybe whittled down everything to these four energies, right? Like you've rediscovered the aces. The Ace of Wands might have been the last one you needed. You've rediscovered the aces. The root of the truth, or the root of these feelings, the root of these actions or decisions and choices or ways of thinking. so that now you can change it for the better. Yeah, the Page of Wands. Now you can integrate more optimism, more self-belief. So you do have the angels here helping you clear out some maybe emotional wounds that were keeping your Empress energy in reverse, kind of closed off to you, or keeping you from embodying the fullness. And I'm hearing the brightness of your Empress energy, regardless of your gender. Also, not believing in your ability to nurture. So only dealing with the one side of you that you were feeling like you were only allowed to. So if I'm speaking to a masculine, it's disconnecting with anything that represents femininity in an attempt to be more masculine. When true masculinity has a tone of femininity to it, and true femininity has a tone of masculinity to it. They're both needed regardless of your gender, right? So that could have been it too. This could be a masculine who had an emotional blockage or an intuitive blockage that's clearing out now. Again, that could be you, Libra, Scorpio. Take it only as it resonates. The Alchemist at the bottom, yeah. So we've got the Father. Oh boy. And the Ruler. Right. Right. What's the difference between respect and dominance? Or like, you don't have to be in that dominant energy to have respect. You can be a balanced person and still have the status and respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to sacrifice that. Maybe, again, this could be a father wound that's actually healing. Maybe somebody grew up without a mother. My condolences for that, if that was through death, or if you just maybe never knew your mother. So that absence of feminine energy played a big role in this. Someone could have been raised by their father. You got the Challenger, right? It proved to be a challenge. And the Alchemist. So maybe, I just heard it's a part of your path. It was always a part of your path to have the absence, or to, and I know that I'm saying that so kind of matter-of-factly, and my apologies if this is something still touching for you. And I don't mean to be crass about that, but what I am sensing and feeling is that from a higher soul perspective, you were meant to discover your Empress energy almost in like a solo journey, or on your own, or in the way that you are, in the way that you're about to, if this hasn't started for you yet. So the absence of that feminine or Empress energy had purpose. And even if there was feminine or women around you, whatever the case may be, they might have also been an Emperor energy or masculine energy. So it's almost like you're getting an opportunity here, Libra, Scorpio, to paint the vision of your Empress without the influence of anything from the past. So it gets to be brand new. It gets to be uniquely your own. It gets to branch off in a way. It gets to take a new direction because you don't have that reference. Whereas if you maybe did have that reference, you might not have gotten creative with yourself or with your life, or the creativity that's about to flow into you might not have impacted you, or might not even have happened. So again, there's like something a little bit further down the line for you, Libra, Scorpio, where you are going to get that Empress energy upright. The more you learn to trust, the more you learn to be patient, the more you learn to apply your senses to everything, which activates your intuition. And then the more you trust that your intuition is actually activated, like, you see what I'm saying? It's like the more it can settle in. So all I'm really feeling is you were meant to learn it this way. It was meant to be in this order, in this way. Okay? And it's like maybe that's an attempt of spirit trying to give you a little bit more power. This feels like a very empowered month. I feel like I'm gonna say empowerment so many times in this round of astrology readings, okay? But let's read it all from the book just to get a little bit more insight. The ruler and the Rose de Roy says additional powers and an increase in resources is indicated, and you could be asked to step up in a leadership position or take care of something for others. Also, take time to acknowledge the successes, good works, and the strengths in yourself and others, as this will lead into something you need at the moment. The ruler has the ability to lead and the character to inspire others, but a good leader who has a content soul is living their best life, does not do so with domination or competition. That's what I was feeling. The ruler is one with the people, period. That's the Empress energy. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's exactly it. When an emperor is solo, they lose touch with the people that they're leading. When an emperor does not have access to their empress, they lose touch. It's like their finger can't be on the pulse of what's best for all. They are left to only think of what's best for them. So this could be a masculine energy, learning the importance of having that balance in their life and what it's actually used for. For me to say like actually might mean that there was some sort of warped understanding or misinformation or misconstrued idea of masculine and feminine balance. So that could definitely be it for sure, right? So when the ruler is one with the people, missions, and heart of those that they are entrusted with. So the ruler is the ruler because they can tap into all of that. And they can make a clear-minded, trusted, grounded decision and choice that ultimately moves all they're entrusted with, everyone they're entrusted with, forward. And then thus gaining the trust of the people of, okay, we know that you're going to make the wise choice and you're going to make the right decision, right? So someone's learning how to be a leader. Someone's learning how to be a leader. And so the question here is, what are you proud of? And this is Leo energy, okay? So similar to Taurus energy, Leo fixed, okay? And that's what I'm feeling. Bravado, Ace of Wands. Someone felt like bravado and the image of the emperor was enough to gain the trust or lead the pack or whatever the case may be there, okay? But someone's now understanding that they have to have that empress upright. Otherwise, they lose the trust of those that they've been entrusted with, okay? All right, and then we've got the Father. Number 10, so 26, 10, and 4 could mean something. I'm sorry, I normally break that down, right? 26 breaks into an 8, 10 is a 1, and then you've got 4. So 1, 4, and 8 could all be significant here. The Mountain Rose says that the real power to begin anything in your life is ultimately yours. Though you may be influenced, blocked, or gifted with opportunities, it is up to you to create the action needed for making a foray out into the world. Perhaps patience is needed or more study before your plans can unfold. Or maybe you are trying to do something that is not truly aligned with your passions, values, and calling. The Father takes time to make trusted decisions that others can rely on, the ruler, right? They are courageous and capable while inspiring a quiet type of leadership that is comforting and steadfast. And that's what it is. Even the Father archetype has the element of the Empress. Read that again. A type of leadership that's quiet, comforting, and steadfast. So just because you're masculine energy doesn't mean that you can't be nurturing. All right. Capricorn energy with the Father here. And the question says, what are the useful lessons I have learned in my life from an authority higher than myself? Okay, remembering your wisdoms. Very key, very crucial here. Let's talk about the Challenger. And the Scotch Rose says, when challenges arise, it must be remembered that success is just a fleeting moment and not the catalyst of change. The way we react and experience a challenge is where the adversity or challenge shapes us. A knee-jerk reaction based purely on a feeling may appear as strength to others, but the outcome is usually short-lived. The challenger rises decisively to meet the challenge, and how they deal with it will always be more worthy than any failure or even victory. Take a moment to plan, to gather all the resources and information required before taking the next step. Ask yourself, if I was asked today to lead a project, what would be a challenging but possible undertaking? And this is, again, Leo energy. So, Libra, Scorpio, you could be dealing with a Leo, okay? You could have Leo somewhere in your chart. Your Mercury could be in Leo, all right? Or this could all be happening in your 5th house. Regardless of how this resonates with you, I really do hope it supports you for the month of March. Let me know your thoughts and how it connects in the comments down below. I thank you for that. I'll talk to y'all down there. And I'll see you in our next one, all right? Love you lots. Namaste.